Hi everybody, Bohush here for Fotodiox Pro and GoTough gear. Now if you've shot with a GoPro camera for like 5 seconds, you know that it has this extreme kind of fisheye lens, which is great for capturing lots of action. And we created a filter system for the GoPro called the WonderPana GO. And with that you can have NDs, circular polarizer filters, even macro filters that you bolt right onto the GoPro camera. And that works great for shooting at 720p, 1080p, any kind of traditional video 16:9 aspect ratio. Then GoPro introduced a couple new modes, and they're interesting modes. They go a little off the beaten path. And you can either shoot in a square aspect ratio at 960p or 1440p, or you can shoot in a new mode called SuperView, which they introduced with the Hero 3 Plus Black. And SuperView is the same square image, just kind of stretched out at the edges. So you get a nice looking 16:9 image, but you get more height. We'll talk about the particulars in a moment. The thing is that when you're shooting with more height, then you're going to run into some vignette problems with the WonderPana GO as it stands. So with this video, we're launching the WonderPana GO SuperV. This is just like our very popular WonderPana GO, except it's larger. So you can use larger filters and you can eliminate the vignetting problems that you get if you shoot at larger modes like the square modes or SuperView. And the great thing is it's just as easy to install as the older version. It comes in a tidy little box like this. Let's just install it right now on this GoPro right here. Let's get this out of the way. Comes with a little screwdriver. Here's what it looks like. So it looks just like the regular WonderPana GO. It's even got the attractive kind of red trim on there. Same thing, you just press it onto the front of a GoPro in a slimline case like this. And then there's a little screw that cinches the filter holder onto the camera. And that's all you do. So that guy's on there. The case stays waterproof. And now you've got a 77mm filter thread that you can attach. Very easy to find 77mm filters on here. Macro filters, ND filters, CPL filters, and the great thing is they won't vignette at those larger modes. We've tested them extensively. You can use kind of regular width filters, you can use slimline filters. CPLs, because of their nature, they're thicker still, so you might get a little bit of vignetting, which is really easy to get rid of with just a slight crop. Now you may not have even really heard too much about these alternate shooting modes. Most folks, when they get their GoPro, they pull out of the box and they shoot at 720 or 1080 and that's kind of it, th:they're done. Get a nice 16:9 picture that looks great on a TV. However, when you take still images with the GoPro, you might notice that they are 4:3 aspect ratio. They're kind of square. Well, why is that? The GoPro sensor is square. It's 4:3. So when you're shooting at 16:9, it's actually not using the top and the bottom of the sensor. And that means it's not fully using the lens either. You're not seeing the top and the bottom that the lens is capturing. So by shooting in these square modes, either 1440p, 960p, or the SuperView modes, you're actually seeing everything the lens can get you. The important thing was to come up with a filter system that wouldn't vignette even when you're using these extreme modes that are built into Hero cameras. Like I said before, it's all metal, cinches onto the case stays waterproof, so you can take this whole filter thing wherever you want to take your GoPro. The filter thread is 77mm, very standard. You can find lots of cheap filters out there. Like here's an ND filter, standard thickness. Just screw it into the filter thread. And neutral density filters are a great thing to include in your GoPro shoots, especially if you shoot where it's bright. Now you've noticed that cameras like this get a lot of kind of jello vision, wobbly looking kind of imagery, especially in bright sunlight. And the reason why is that the camera is trying to use its internal high-speed shutter to bring the overall brightness down. And so it's scanning really fast, things start looking kind of rubbery, it's nasty. If you use an ND4 or any neutral density filter, you're going to bring the overall level down before it hits the sensor. So you can eliminate jello vision entirely, which is great because it's pretty distracting. Now the filter holder is physically large, so it's covering up the button, that you use to start and stop. So you're going to want to use the app or GoPro's own little Wi-Fi, little doohinkus for turning the camera on and off. You can either use slim filters or regular thickness filters, whatever you got. The thing to bear in mind is when you stack filters, then you're kind of inviting vignetting to happen. And also using circular polarizer filters, they're extra thick just by their nature. So you're probably going to run into, it depends on who makes the the CPL, you're probably going to run into a little bit of vignetting in the corners, but it's pretty easy to crop out. So there you go. We want to give you the ability to use everything that your GoPro has to offer. So when you're shooting with those large modes, large square modes like 1440, 960p, or SuperView modes, you can use the WonderPana GO SuperV. When you need the camera to stay compact, when you're shooting just regular HD kind of resolutions, or really any 16:9 aspect ratio imagery, you can go with the original WonderPana GO right here. So if you want to learn more about the WonderPana GO or the new WonderPana GO SuperV, just click on the link down below this video. You'll be taken to a catalog pages with all the details, and you'll see how you can make one or both of these your very own. Also, don't forget to click right here to subscribe. We've got more videos just like this one coming your way. My name's Bahush. Thanks for watching.